Hey guys, so we have WordPress installed, and now it's time to get to building our plugin or widget or both. So, like I said, this Codex WordPress slash widgets API gives you the basic, I guess, instructions on creating a widget. So the class, we're going to create a class and name it, and it's going to extend WP widget. Alright, and then that's our main class. You can see that this sample file has a construct which is run when the object is initialized. We have a widget class, which that's where we output our content into our position or wherever we're displaying the widget. Form, this takes care of the admin form, so where we add parameters and things like that. And then update will actually run our parameters and run whatever the plugin does when you save it. And then down here, to kind of initialize it, we want to use add action. Okay, and then we're just going to pass in widgets init, and then create function, and we're going to call this register widget function, and that'll basically initialize it. Alright, and this here, this is for PHP 5.2 plus, and this is for 5.3. Alright, I think we're going to use this version just in case people don't have PHP 5.3. And then you have an example, okay, but it's basically stuff we're going to do, so we don't have to look through that really. So here's our website. Alright, so where we want to create this, we want to go to, I'm going to use my Explorer bar right here, and let's see, where am I? I'm going to go to my HT docs and new tech. Alright, now we want to, this is our WordPress root directory. I'm going to go to WP content and then plugins. Alright, and you can see that we have a Kismet plugin already, and it has the classes and then the index file. So we'll basically be doing the same kind of thing. So I'm going to create a new folder here, and this is going to be our plugin folder. Alright, I'm going to call it contact dash widget. Okay, so we'll go in there, and we're going to create 4 files really. Let's see, the first file is going to be the main file, which will be called the same name as the plugin folder. I'm not sure if that's a convention or not, but that's just what I've always done. And then we could put our class in here, but I just want this to kind of just be the base file, and then we'll create our own class file. Alright, so we'll call this class.contact widget.php. Okay, so the convention I'm using for the classes is actually the same as this Akismet. You can see we have the class. They have a couple different ones. We're just going to have this main one. Alright, and next we want our PHP file, and that's going to be called mailer.php, and that's going to take care of actually sending the email to the webmaster. Alright, and then we want a JavaScript file, so I'm going to create a new folder, call it JS, and then create a new file and call that script.js. Okay, so that's it. That's the entire structure of our plugin. And you can see that it just has a lot less files and folders than the standalone projects that we've been building. Now, if we go to our main contact widget file, we need to include a comments block in order for WordPress to see that this is a plugin. And if we go to this writing a plugin document, if we scroll down, where is it? Okay, so right here is an example. Alright, so it's basically a file header, and it can have a bunch of different information here. The plugin name, which is you need to have that, and then the URI, the description, version, author URI, and license. Now I think the only one that's mandatory is the plugin name, I'm pretty sure. I don't think it says it here though. But what I'm going to do is just copy this and put this right in here and just change some things around. So the name of the plugin, I'm going to give it a name of Ajax Contact Widget. Okay, we don't need a URL or URI. Description, let's change that, and let's say simple Ajax powered contact form widget. Okay, version we'll keep 1.0. Okay, author, I'll put my name, feel free to put your own. Okay, author URI, I'm just going to put in edgeonix.com. License, GPL2 is fine. Alright, so that's our comment block, or our file header. Okay, so the next thing we want to do is include any scripts or style sheets that you may have. We obviously don't have a style sheet here, so we do want to include our JavaScript file. Okay, so I just like to put the comments at the top. You don't need to do this. It's just good code etiquette, I guess. Alright, so we'll say include JavaScript. So this is going to be function add scripts. Alright, and actually, what am I doing? That's not going to take any parameters. Okay, so we want to use this WP ENQU Alright, so NQ, WordPress NQ _ script. I cannot type today. Alright, so we need to pass in some things here. Alright, now the first one is going to just be I guess a name of the script, and we can make this be anything. So I'm just going to say contact scripts. Alright, and then the next parameter, we're going to point to the script file. Now ours is in our JavaScript folder inside of our plugin folder, but we need to actually specify the whole path to our script. Alright, so we can use this built-in function, I guess, or a variable. Actually, it's a function, plugins _ URL, and that's going to give us the path to our plugins folder. Alright, and then after that we want to concatenate, and I'm going to say /contact widget. Okay, so to the plugins directory, and then /contact widget. So that would that would put us right in this directory, but we want to go to the JavaScript directory. So we're going to say JS /script.js. Alright, and then the next parameter we want to, this is going to be dependent on jQuery. Okay, so we're just going to say array jQuery. Alright, so that'll make sure that we load jQuery. The next one will be I think it's a version number, so 1.0, we'll say 1.0.0. Alright, and then the last one is false. I can't remember exactly what this is, what the parameter is, but feel free to look up this API, this function. Alright, so that's our add scripts function. Now we want to call that, alright, because what we did is just defined it. We need to call it now. And we can do that with add_action. Alright, so add action, and then we're just going to put in our WP NQ/_script. Let's see. Scripts. I think it's supposed to be scripts. Yeah. And then the name of our function that we created, which is add scripts. Alright, so that'll load our JavaScript files. Alright, so the next thing we want to do, these two kind of go together, so I'm just going to put them together. So now what we want to do is include the widget class. Okay, include class. We're going to say include, and then the name of our class file, which is class.contact widget.php. Alright, and like I said, you can put your whole class into your main file, but I just like to separate it. I think it's a little neater. Alright, so next we want to register the widget. Alright, so what we're going to do here is say function register contact widget. Okay, no parameters, and we're going to call the register widget function, and then you just want to put the name inside here in this format. Okay, and this should actually have quotes. Alright, so that'll create the register function. Now we have to just do our add action again. And this add action, you can find all the different options. Where is it? I think it's on this plugin page. Or maybe not. I'm not sure what the exact URL is. Widget functions. Here's the register widget that we just used. But there's a document somewhere that gives you all the options for the API for add action. But anyway, you know, when you use add action, you put in that name or value that's listed somewhere in WordPress.org. You can find the different options, and then just the name of the function here, or you can actually paste in the actual code. Alright, so you'll see add action a lot when you're dealing with WordPress plugins. So the action we want here is widget_init, which obviously is an initializer, and then of course we just want to pop in our function name. Alright, put these together, these two go together. So that's basically it. It's a nice clean index file. We're just including our JavaScripts, then we're including the class, then we're registering our widget. Alright, so save that, and in the next video we will move on to create our class.